Alright, so to start this vlog I want to address a mistake I made in the last vlog. As you remember last week I said this. It's one of the more famous soundtracks, but I can't think of what. It's not Jurassic Park. Where it turns out that melody was actually from Jurassic Park. I didn't actually know it was part of the theme. Like, I was watching Film Theory today and I saw their theory of Jurassic Park and I heard the music. I was like, wait, that's in Jurassic Park. And I was like, Jurassic Park's two memorable parts of the theme. Hell no, but yeah, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. There we go. Hello, Matt. It is Friday the 20th of May, and yeah, you're probably thinking, where's my vlog from yesterday? Well, I did warn you on Wednesday about Thursday's vlog. So yeah, basically yesterday I was editing all day, literally all day, probably until about 11 o'clock, not 9:30 in the morning until 11 o'clock at night. So I didn't have enough time to do the vlog, but I was editing and it's college related work, so I literally couldn't have done it, and I had a reasonable excuse not to, so I'm not being punished. And I was editing a video, by the way, which I've decided I am going to put up on YouTube, but there's going to be like the short video, I am going to put up on YouTube, but there is going to be a heavy disclaimer beforehand. Well, not, there's going to be a heavy explanation to do beforehand of when I put it up. I'm not sure when I'm going to put it up. I need to explain a lot of stuff, like the fact about the acting, the fact it looks like art house a little bit, and yeah, the overall tone of it. I need to explain all that stuff before you see it, because you won't get it if you just watch it normally. So I'll just have to explain it. But yeah, I'm going to put it up, not sure when, but I'm going to put up the video I made for college yesterday, and I submitted today. So yeah, now I am essentially, my year one of media is essentially, no, it isn't done, because I've got one more assignment to do over the weekend. And as soon as I've done that, all I need to do from then on is just update my work that I've already done, making sure it's all like at least merit. So yeah, I've got about 2 passes, so I need to upgrade those to merits, to cut the merits to distinctions, and ones I could have easily achieved distinction in. So I need to do those, and that is about what I need to do, and then basically that is year one done and dusted. Hope your exam went well, you've had in the last few days or today, this week. Hope that went well. I mean, seems like for some GCSEs, but yeah, probably would be as pressured on your head, so yeah, I hope that went well. Right, so I can't think of anything else to really discuss, so I'm just going to move straight on into the review of Captain America Civil War. I was going to review it last week, because that's when I saw it, but I reviewed it Inside Out because I did promise to review it then, so I will review Captain America Civil War now. Right, just a little disclaimer, I have never seen, alright, I saw Iron Man when it came out in cinemas. Ages ago this was, not since. I've seen the Avengers when it's on TV, like as a background thing, like how I watch most evening television, as a background thing. I don't really pay attention to it, it's on, so I technically know what's going on, and I watch videos on YouTube about Marvel and how their movies are done. But other than those, I've never seen a Marvel film, so that's just a disclaimer for this review to make. If I make any mistakes or my opinions are bad, yeah, that's get out of the way. Okay, so Civil War is basically a follow-on as to all the Avengers films beforehand, about the fact the government is willing to put in restrictions on the Avengers' power, and Captain Iron Man thinks it's a bad idea. They should, no, good idea even, because he doesn't want to use his power for just when the sake of it, which is what happens at the beginning of the movie, and Captain America wants to be like the beginning of the movie, like he just wants to help out whenever possible. And this is also wrapping in a story of follow on from the other Captain America movies, of a villain in the past coming back to take revenge on him or something. I don't get it personally, but there's another villain going after Captain America, and he interferes with a plot in the government business, and someone wants revenge on him. So yeah, there's quite a lot to the story, but I'll just explain in a very minimum. So basically the Avengers are on different sides and they fight each other in a civil war. Plus another conflict using Captain America's character. So you could essentially divide this movie into a Captain America movie and an Avengers movie. Which I like the inventiveness of that, to be honest. It's a pretty inventive idea to split a movie in two and have it both run along at the same time. But yeah, I'm gonna not like moving on to characters because there are so many. I think I'll put them into categories because I don't really know them beforehand, so I'll just say amazing characters, brilliant depth, decent characters, I sort of get where they're coming from, boring characters who are nah, and bad characters who I just don't like. Okay, right, so the amazing characters are Vision, one of the superheroes who I understand just from Age of Ultron released last year, wise and everything. Black Panther, who is the one who's the Captain America's villain, interferes in the government plot, and he basically wants to take revenge on the villain, the Captain America story. So yeah, he's amazing. Spider-Man, yeah, like, Spider-Man's in it, played by a younger actor, and like, he references Empire Strikes Back, which is, yeah, you know I like that. And Ant-Man. So yeah, Ant-Man, yeah. He's pretty funny, and yeah, I like the abilities that he has. Good characters. Iron Man, like him. I think Rob Downey Jr. is a brilliant performance. The female characters, not really that memorable, but they're good enough. And then we move on to the okay characters. Captain America himself, I just didn't find Chris Evans that interesting. The Winter Soldier, who is one of the villains, who really interferes with the story, and all the other superheroes I failed to mention. Yeah, I think that's right. And all the other characters. And then bad, the main villain. Seriously, why is the main villain in there? Like, who's kind of a puppeteer in all of it? Why is he in there? He's so uninteresting. I know nothing about him. I know I didn't watch the other Captain America movies, but he didn't do a good job at explaining. He doesn't do anything with the superheroes. He only ever meets a Black Panther face to face, and they don't really make him threatening at all, which made him kind of an average guy. I think he's a worse version of Blofeld from Spectre, just not really interesting, doesn't interfere with the story a lot, but at least Blofeld sounded threatening, and to be honest this character sounds threatening, but at least Blofeld did do something to Bond. I don't think this film does anything to Captain America personally, like he just gets the Winter Soldier to do it for him. So yeah, and as you could tell I'm not interested in that side of the story, but the Civil War action is fantastic, the characters introduced are fantastic, their backstories are well explained, and the interaction with superheroes is also great. So the Avengers part of the movie, I would say, it's a bit dumb. Like you got to enjoy it more than you got to appreciate it. But the Captain America story is really not very good. The action scene at the very end kind of intertwines both movies, but it kind of fails at that, and it's not as good as the middle action scene, which is the best part of the movie by far, like including all the superheroes. Like, oh my god, just that scene alone makes me want to watch the other Avengers movies all the way through, because like it's more like that, I'll take it. Something that I'm wondering, what happened to the Incredible Hulk and Thor? I know they're Avengers and I didn't see them in the movie, but either way, yeah, it's getting off point here. So that's pretty much the basis of the story. Me to try and put that, sorry. So yeah, I found the interactions to be pretty good, but they weren't too interesting, especially with the female characters. But again, I like the characters who I love. I think out of all of them, my favourite is Vision. I don't know the actor who played him, but I know him from somewhere. I don't know where. I don't know who played him, but I know the voice from somewhere. But either way, yeah, it is a really pretty dumb movie, but it does have some smart elements, like the commentary on it. Well, not really a commentary, it's more like a story element, the government crisis, which does seem reasonable, because at the start they just terrorise the whole city, and they show every other city they terrorised in the past, and it seems really logical that they're implementing these restrictions. So I like that. But yeah, it's not really a movie you've got to take too seriously. The Avengers stuff is amazing, the Captain America stuff isn't really that good. Overall, I'd say it's a good time, no alcohol shots required. Probably though, if I had seen the other movies, I would probably rank it up. But it's just preference, really. And another thing I noticed when watching the movie, I'm not sure if it was because the last superhero movie I watched was Batman Superman, but I noticed a lot of similarities. A bad villain, superheroes fighting each other, parent issues, which is a kind of a spoiler for Batman Superman, but in this movie it's kind of explained later on. A government meeting being interrupted by the villain. The villains using the superheroes as puppets to fight each other, or not even supervillains, they're just villains. And the villain using another villain with more superpowers to take out the main character of the movie, because Superman is the main character of Batman Superman, but Batman is kind of like a side character, like the Avengers in this movie. So I know there's a lot of similarities, but the thing this movie does better than Batman Superman is the interactions between the characters and the action. So that's what I've got to say. I think I get Batman Superman far from the worst, far from the best. This one's a rank above. Right, so that's it for this review. I'm sorry about the vlog going out this late, Matt, but it's all for like a cause. I needed to put the vlog out this late, so yeah, either way, I'll see you tomorrow. It feels like ages since I said see you tomorrow, but yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.